Good morning. Uh, I know it's take two already. I'm quite nervous when I do my lives, so I'm going to wait till few of you hop on. If you're watching this part, obviously you're watching a replay. If you are catching a live, say hi to me. I would love to see who is hearing what I'm saying today, because today is nothing about lip sense, nothing about Senegens. It's about it's going to be about me for today's live. I know most of my lives are unplanned. I like to hop on early. I know even my West Coast friends must might not even have got up, since I live in East Coast and I'm a early riser. I like my days to start early. I feel it gives you a sense of accomplishment when you get up early. I like to even get up earlier than this, but my husband will kill me. He'll already say, you wake me up even on weekends. So I am yet to try that. Maybe like I think I have heard from many people who are successful. They always say they wake up around at least 4:30 to 5. That way they can accomplish their most of the task. So that's in my wish list, I should say. I will do it one day for sure. So to start with, I will start. You all know my name, but still it's Arti Natarajan. So Natarajan is my father's name. Being a South Indian, we don't have a family name, so we carry our parents, my father's name. So in my house, me, my husband, my son, all three have three different last names. So I think you all know how it is when you go out. Like, you literally need to have your proof that you all belong to a family. That's one thing. But I always been proud to carry my father's name. So I didn't change it after my marriage. So I'm still Arti Natarajan. So I am a 37-year-old, going to 40. I feel like I'm enjoying the 30s really, really more than my, if I remember my 20s or 30s, I should, 30, early 30s, I should say. I think I am more comfortable in my late 30s and looking forward for 40s. I know it is going to have its own, what to say, like drawbacks or anything, but still I am looking forward for it. I don't worry about aging. I think I'm kind of enjoying it in that sense. I'm married. I have a 11-year-old boy. So so, hi Da. Thank you for hopping in, Divya. So, I know you are middle of the call, but appreciate you hopping on. Thank you so much. So finally I got ready. I was like scrambling around what I need to talk. I love to talk, so I don't want to go beyond a point. I wanted to know what I'm going to talk, so I just have a list before me so that I can just concentrate on the points and just go with it. I was talking to Divya yesterday too, like I think I have been doing the videos for now maybe around 8 months, maybe I will say. I don't know. I will go back and see. I think the starting point was doing the 50 days, 50 lip sense video when Divya gave the idea for me to do it. I know. I can talk for hours. I think whoever has talked to me, they know I'm a non-stop talker. Like I should learn to listen to. But anyway, being alive, I'm going to talk to myself and to you guys. So as I was saying, I'm a mom of 11-year-old boy. So he's in 6th grade, and I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I really love this city, seriously. I have so many fond memories here, so I really love being here. I was born in India in a very, very small town, and my dad was a bank officer, and my mom is a teacher. Being working in bank, he always traveled, but we stayed with my mom. So that's why I got what is it, like used to being in a small group, I think. So it's always my mom, me, and my sister. So it's always on a routine. I think even today that is how I work. That is the best I can work. So I like to always be in a schedule, even on a summer day. I don't know how much my husband and my son loves that, but I can work best when I have a plan. If I know what I'm doing the whole week, whether it's cooking or whether it's anything I planned. I'm a visual planner. I like things to be pre-planned mostly, because I think I had anxiety because if I don't know what's going to happen, it gets, what to say, like I cannot work best. I get so agitated previously, so I always like to sort it down. That way I know what I'm doing, and I can expect it to. And nowadays I'm doing better, I should say. I know I can things not always going to go as you planned. So I think as we age, I think it comes by practice. So now I'm much better than before. So previously, as I said, I cannot perform if I don't know what's going to happen. And as I said, I have a elder sister, so it's only two of us, two girls. I'm used to being home with girls all the time. It's my mom and my sister, and she has two girls too. But when I had a boy, I think it was whole new experience. Being he was born in India, I didn't even know. We don't know the gender until they were born. So I was so sure and 100% that he's going to be a girl. So in my name list, I have written. I think I have wrote 15 of girl names, and I just had one boy name. That's how I wrote. So because I was so confident that I will only going to get a girl child. But when he was born, we didn't even think. We just had the name, like we had Krish, and that's how we named him. But it was quite an experience. Like I really enjoy being a boy mom now. It has its own plus and minus, obviously. But I thoroughly enjoyed having a boy child, I should say. I was my entire family doesn't know. Like they always used to say, like we don't know each stage of growing up a boy. Now, if you ask me, I'm at least I enjoyed with him in each stage. I really explored how different it is. I always wonder, like, how God has created two different brains. Like even though it's the same, I think whoever married, they all understand that a brain of a man works completely different from a brain of a woman. Like from any perspective, from looking at a food or looking at a color, everything looks different based on whether it's a girl's brain or a boy's brain. So it was completely a different learning when it came to that. And I was a math graduate. I am a proud math graduate, I would say. I really thoroughly enjoyed doing math, because math was my strongest point. I was a college topper in my undergraduate, like because I did accountancy and math. I love numbers. I'm so passionate about them. I'm still love to do puzzles or Rubik's Cube when I have time. And I think basically critical thinking was my strongest point. So that was my undergraduation, and I did my post-graduation with MCA, that is Master of Computer Application. I know it was like two different things, but more than I learned computer, I stayed in a hostel for first time. I stayed out of my family, and I would say those 3 years are my life learnings. Like I learned so much about how the world is and how you do things when you are outside, all those stuff. Like even a small thing looks completely different when you are staying home and when you are staying outside. So those 3 years, I would say I learned a lot. And I got a job, like I was in working in a IT company. So I worked I immediately started after I finished my post graduation. So I worked for, I think, around 3.5 to 4 years until I gave birth to my son. So that's how I met my husband, and he is my best friend. I was reading a book called The Girl Code. There was a chapter where it said, like, you should have a partner who understands you better. I think I could relate to it so much, because even when I was working, or whether when I stopped working, he always showed the respect to me. He never treated me anything lesser than him. Anytime he always had me in high respect. So that is one thing that made me too comfortable staying home, I should say. But when I started this, he always supported me, whether he know the things or know the business or nothing, but still he always believed in me. I think that is one of the positive point I had throughout our life. That's one of my strongest point, I should say, because when you have people who are positive around you, that makes a huge difference. I think whether you are in a right path or not, but having the right people around you makes a huge difference to that. So we got married in 2007, and Krish was born on 2009. So he was born on a February 2009. Me, my husband's father, and Krish, all three of us are in a February born. So my husband always complains, saying that in my whole life I'm listening to people who are February born. So because we all three of us are strong-willed, like we whatever we do, we stand for that, and we say we did the right thing. So he always says, like, you all three are like strong personalities around me. So I listened to my husband for my earlier days. Then when I got married to you, I started listening to you, and now I am listening to Krish. So it is like my whole life surrounded was people who are born in February. So then I moved to US in 2009 November, in around 10 months, because I think by the time I quit my job, Krish was a college child. Like, I mean, the first few years was so terrible, and moving to a new country, being a new mom, leaving the job, and all came in one time, I should say. Like, it was too much to handle. I was just 27 that time, so there is no help from the family, or being new to the country. I don't had many friends around me, and I was just figuring out on being a new mom and adjusting to things. So it was like my toughest period I had. He was so colicky. Like, I remember the days when he used to cry for 4 to 5 hours. In India, like, even when I hear, being in India, they used to even give me a medicine to make him sleep, like a sleeping dose, because they don't want him to cry for continuously for 4-5 hours. Like, I remember those days where whatever you do, he's going to be crying. Like, you don't even know whether he's hungry, whether something is hurting, or like a bug bite, or whether he's just bored. You don't even figure out, because it is like he'll be crying for hours together, and that's the one thing you will hear in your ears. So even today when I think about it, it literally brings tears in my eyes, because it was so tough, giving that medicine to make him sleep. It was hard, because as a new mom, you don't know whether it's going to hurt him physically, or whether it will hurt his mental abilities or anything. You don't know, but just to trust the doctor. So the doctor used to always say, like, it is not good for the heart of the child, because it is not like a normal cry. It will be like bursting out in pain. So it will be really, really hard to hear. But I am glad that my husband was there always to support, and we went through it together. Like, I mean, I remember even during his preschool days, I used to park outside and be there, because the preschool will allow only 20 minutes for him to cry. Even the I mean, I think he started when he was 2.5. He doesn't even talk that much, but I started him in a preschool where it is like just 1.5 hours for 2 days, just 2 days. So I used to literally park outside and be there, and they won't allow you to allow the child to cry more than 20 minutes. So being in Chicago in winter, by the time I go home, drive back home and take my jackets and shoes off, it's going to be 20 minutes. So I don't even go. I'll just be waiting for the teacher to call me and just give him back. I don't know how many days I have stood like that, and then they slowly started asking me to bring him after 20 minutes until the kids settle down. Like, I still remember the day, so that he'll see the place as a happy place, and so that he can settle in faster. I still remember the day he said bye to me and just went inside. I was so happy. And now actually we got a mail from his 6th grade teacher where he said Krish is such a fun person to have in class, and he's successful, but the main thing about him is not only he wants him to be successful, he wants people around him to be successful. I think as a mom, it was so nice to hear, because I know he was academically well. He was always been a good kid at home. But as I said, being a college child, I always had that in my mind, like it shouldn't affect him or something. So that was really nice for me to hear once in a while from his teachers, because he's always been a easygoing kid. He never troubles me. He is even now, I don't even know he's home or not. Like, I mean, he always makes sure, like, he'll finish all his things, and what to say, like, he's easy to adjust to any environment. So that's a blessing for me, I would say. Okay, let me come back to the point. I will go back. And hi Ramya. I was just talking about watches and all. I think Ramya here knows me. I used to literally sit next to her desk all day. And I remember those days where I used to be in an environment like that, and I don't even know how I moved to a business like this. It's a quite adjustment, but I really love what I do today too. And what else? And I think, as I said, I was in Chicago for 4 years. I think we were there for close to 4 years. I don't know whether I can be back to Chicago. Sorry guys, like, my body cannot take the weather anymore. I'm used to more of NC weather, I guess. I think going to I miss it too, Ramya. I don't know whether we can go back, but I think at least we have those memories to carry lifelong. So I always think about the days we used to spend time together. And so I moved to Charlotte in 2013. October, that's when we moved to Charlotte. Before that, I don't even know there is a place called Charlotte. Like, so, but it was like, what is it like? A journey I really enjoyed. I really had more fun memories in Charlotte than in Chicago. Maybe the reason is Krish's got a little bigger. Sure, Ramya, you can anyway watch it in a replay. Sure. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for hopping in. It's always good to see you. And so that's what, like, Charlotte had so many fun things. Being in South, it always have so many things to do as a family, and the weather is good most of the days. I know it is like we complain, but I still check with all the weathers, and I'll be like, no, we should not complain about Charlotte's weather. I know it's so unpredictable. Charlotte will be like, morning you will wear a jacket and go to school, and by evening you will literally be in, like ready for shorts. Like that's how much you will see the variety in Charlotte's weather. But I really love being in Charlotte, I would say. And we got our home around 2016 January, so it's going to be, it's already 4 years. So even the house when we bought, this is our first house we just bought it. Like that is how me and my husband are. Like in general, I think when you start seeing only the positive side of something, you start complaining about it less. So that's one thing I learned through the years. And because after moving to this house, I think 2017 early is the time I get into so much stress and kind of depressed, I would say. I had dealt with depression when I was in Chicago. I never talked about it much during that time because I didn't realize that I had it, and I didn't have much education about it. So at that time, so I used to be always angry. I used to be always disappointed, and I think people who dealt with it will know you feel tired all the time. You just want to cuddle up, you just want to lie down and just complain about it and not do anything. So that's one of the thing I was dealing. So I used to be always shouting at my husband or my kid, and no one will believe that I was a soft-spoken child once. My husband still complains, saying that before our marriage, my dad went to him to meet, and my dad said, Aarti will never speak much, and Aarti is such a soft-spoken, she will never get angry. So he always used to still say, I'm just going to ask your dad once, like, how can he say you don't talk and you don't get angry? Because I think that's how you change when you are in depression, because it brings out bad things in you out more than the good things. So I realized it, and I was slowly started working on it. But then I got into, again, after I moved to this house, I was in so much stress in the earlier part of 2017. I think that's when I broke out of my acne for the first time, around May to June, I would say, or even July. So that is the period I had so much breakouts, and had a terrible acne at that age. I never had during my childhood or even during my teens, or my family never had. So when I went to the dermatologist, he said it is not hormonal, it is not hereditary, it is not what to say, like so it's obviously be from stress. So I had so many breakouts, and I didn't go to the dermatologist immediately because I didn't know it was acne. So by the time I had all the acne marks, I was in a weight loss journey that time. So I had a goal saying that I used to watch my upline Ashley's video. She had 4 kids, like, I mean, she's had quadruples. So I used to always watch and admire her because, as I said, we being with one kid, I have struggled so much. So when she handled 4 kids, it was like really amazing to see for me, to see what I have missed and what I can correct, all those stuff. So I used to see her apply LipSense at that time, and I had a weight loss goal saying that, okay, if I reach this much, I will buy LipSense. That's how my mindset was, like, but due to stress, I was gaining weight again, so I couldn't reach that goal at all. In the meantime, when I moved to US, I had my work permit, but as you all know, I lost it after 2 years maybe. But I had like a 10 months old, so I didn't attempt to go back to work in IT that time. And once I had my work permit back in 2017, I was sure that I'm not going back to IT, but when I saw the LipSense, I said I'm going to go as a distributor. And it was, my husband itself was like so shocked, because previously I used to say, like, whenever I go to a mall or wherever I say from Target to anywhere, if I see a sign saying that you can apply for a job, I will immediately say I'm going to start working here. I will say I will work in a bakery, like I will work in a mall, anywhere. But it's not the clarity I had. I didn't have a clarity on what I wanted to do that time. But so I never stepped in. So when I saw her apply LipSense for quite a while, I was like, I'm going to somehow start doing this. So I signed up as a distributor in October 2017. That's when all these started. So I'm going to do my Senegen's journey in a separate video. I don't want to start it now, because again it's going to go longer than. So I will do a separate video on why I started Senegen's that time. What else about me? I love baking. I never baked before when I was in India. I haven't even cooked until I got married. Like, I don't even have made coffee or anything before marriage. My mom took care of me so well. Like, I mean, she did everything and never complained about it. That's the thing I've been noting, because I think Mother's Day is this weekend, and I should realize how much she has done to me, because even 11-year-old, I have told Krish so many times, like, you have to help mom on this, you have to help do yourself on this. But growing up till I was 25, I never did any of those start, like, so I feel so guilty. So whenever my mom comes here, or whenever I travel, I make sure I do whatever I cook here. I do when she travels here, I don't allow her to cook at all. Like, I make her sit from coffee to anything I do, because I respect the things she did along with working as a teacher. That's the main thing. We have respect to teachers in general, because my whole family is teachers. My father-in-law had a school, my mother-in-law was a principal in a school, and my sister-in-law works in a college. So it is like we always learn to respect teachers in general. And I think growing up in India, you always have that built in you. So that's the thing. And I call myself as an introvert. I know many of you would not agree to it, but still, because I love my me time, I enjoy being home. I like to read books a bit, but as I said, I love doing puzzles, games, all those stuff. I always used to tell my husband, like, the one thing I used to tell him, like, can we play Big Boss, like no phones, nothing, and we can stay home for 100 days. But never in a million years I have expected this to happen, seriously. It's been 6 weeks now, we are home. I haven't had him at home even during our marriage, or even the maximum time he gets the holidays is when we travel to India or the vacation. So he never used to be home continuously like this. Like, I mean, he always worked in financial services, so he always prefers to go to the office and not being home. So I always had Krish at home, because during summer I always give him that rest, because as I said, being a college child, he never used to sleep whole night. Whenever I hear someone say that my 4 months old will sleep throughout night, I'll be like, even when he was 2 years old, I never remember him sleep throughout the night, because that's how he was. So now, being closing getting to teen, he's sleeping a little bit more. And so I always think that when kids are younger, the sleep is the time they get their immunity back. That's one of my belief. I feel like they should eat healthy but have a peaceful night of sleep where their body can get up by themselves. So summer I always made them stay home, not much what is it, like clubs or anything, unless he is interested in. I think I have done it the recent years when I moved to Charlotte, but after that I think he was more into a mode where he wanted to stay home and do what he liked better. So I kind of let him do that too. I enjoy company. I like to talk. I like to have people around me who are so positive, and I believe in sending positive vibes. So it never hurts to say a kind word when you meet somebody, because you never know what a bad day they had. So even giving 2 words of your time will be really making a huge difference. So I am blessed to have so many positive people around me. That has helped me to come out of this depression, because you don't know what is the impact you are doing on somebody's life, whether maybe positive or negative. So I believe in what is it, like passing out a kind gesture anytime. Being in this social media world, it's really easy to get into those negative thoughts and negative surroundings, because it's very easy to hurt somebody with your action or your words. So I have always had people who has approached me, who will say, I like you doing the walk, or I like you are cooking something, some way. They will say it motivates me. So I'm happy I could share that journey with you guys, because that helps me to stay committed to. Because when you are doing it for quite some time, we all will have a downtime. We'll be like, are we doing the right thing? Are we doing it in the right path? So when someone comes and says that word, you feel like, okay, it's going good, and your spirits will lift up and you keep going. So my aim was to do 100 days. I think I am in day 37. I completed 36 or 37, somewhere around that. So I still have a 2/3 to go, but I'm sure I can finish it this time. I'm doing like 3 miles at home, and I'm doing 3 miles outside. That's the thing I'm doing as of now. So If you want to join me, please always feel free to join me. We have few friends who tag along each other, so that way we'll keep pushing more. And I think I covered quite a bit about myself so far. So hope you have enjoyed learning about me, because when I started the group, it was in the initial stage. It was more of people who I know, who I have traveled with. So I never get a chance to do about me that time, and I think I did one when I started Instagram in around 2018 after my Indian journey. So but I never did one in my Facebook group. So there was even a FB live challenge in was my upline group, where it was like going live for 30 days in Facebook. In May we'll get like a one-on-one with the CEO. Even today doing a video is much comfortable to me rather than doing a live always scares out of everybody because it's hard. You don't have a second take, you don't have what to say, like you don't have time to think what you're doing. So but I think when I started doing the videos, I had the same thing, like it's always going to be a day where you have to start. So I'm going to pop often here to in live. I even wanted to do a live sale here. If you are interested, we can do that. So hop in. If you have any suggestions on my lives, please feel free to drop here. I would love to hear for that. And I think I will close it with that. And as I said, today I just covered about me. Maybe I will do one day on my Senegen's journey, why I did, where I started, all those stuff. If you want me to do any other ideas, please share it. I will definitely do. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. See you all soon.